look at us as a premier team. For sure, I look at us as a big team and a cohesive team and one that works well together. And we work hard at what we do. All the riders work really hard. The mechanics midweek work really hard. And the fact that we attract a lot of sponsors and work well with them is something that we really try to do. We've got Brooklyn Carcolis on our team, riding in the junior girls, and then throughout the entire ranks. We pretty much got a rider in almost every class if they really wanted to. They could be on the track almost all day long. Haley also rides in the novice class and the transition class. And then we have Yannick on the snow bike, Isaac in Pro Light, and then our 3 pros, Ryan Hunt, Taylor McCoy, and Mitch King. And this has been our 18th year in a row riding Skidoo. You would say we're pretty set in our ways for sure, but they make a great product. And this year it's a brand new Gen 4 that we're racing, and the boys adapted to that chassis immediately and noticed the power of the sled and the handling and the way they matched it up with the KYB and Enzo suspension, where we've got direct line of communication with the factory technicians and engineers. And they've just been able to help advance our program and work with mechanics like Glenn Goodale to make sure we have what we need when we need it, and just make sure that our riders are on top of a piece of equipment that's at its peak and it's ready to go each and every time they step on it and head out to the racetrack. Working with Yeti this year has been awesome. Last year we were on Yeti kits and had great success, and so we wanted to go back to the Yeti kit again this year. And working with their engineers, we've been able to really adapt and have Yannick on the best equipment out there. Their factory support has been like no other. They've given us all kinds of parts, all kinds of support. They were there at the X Games qualifier, helping us rebuild the bike over and over again as Yannick pounded it to the ground. And thankfully they were, because without that help, we probably wouldn't have qualified for X Games. This year we've got 2 title sponsors that have come on to help us, Mystic Lubricants and HMK. Mystic Lubricants is new to the CSRA, sponsoring the series, and they're also a huge sponsor of the team. And it's been great working with them. Working with MBRP has been great. They're a company that's really driven by performance and have used us over the past couple of years to promote their product. Obviously it's a race can that we bolt onto the sleds that's given us increased horsepower and more throttle response. It's really been awesome to work with a company that pushes the sport as much as we do.
The new Skidoo E-Tec is working really well for us. Skidoo has come to the table, helped us a lot. Right from Duluth, came out of the box and said, we're here to help, we're one big team. It's been awesome to be able to pick up the phone, email, text, and be able to find the answers that you need. Suspension, Enzo helped us out a lot. Suspension's working really well in the Gen 4 chassis. We have a lot of great sponsors. Without them, we couldn't operate day to day, weekend to weekend, race to race, the whole thing. HMK, we use their jackets, to keep us warm when we're making snow, not just race weekends. WTD came on board with us this year. Great gloves, keeping us warm in the pits. It's awesome to have them. I can still pull out my phone, use my phone, not have to take my gloves off. Awesome product.
Bailey Motorsports is one of the first teams to take on snowbike racing in Canada. As the races went on, more and more people got involved, and by the time we got to Horseshoe, the last race of the season, there were 16 guys on the line. And then there, 2018 now, there's been more riders every race, more teams getting involved with the snowbike racing. So this year we've running with the Husqvarna FC450 with the Yeti SnowMax 120 SS kit. The Husky's done a great job for us, wicked power, excellent to work on, turns that track no problem, getting us the whole shots and getting us out in front in the races. But Yeti has been a great sponsor this year and done a lot for us, helping us with development and getting the things we need to be successful every weekend. This year we have a new rider, Yannick Boucher. He was new to snowbike coming into the season. He's done a phenomenal job for us. He's a superb guy to work with, good with the mechanics and good with the feedback. Excellent rider, puts in the hard work, and he's getting the results we need. So it's been a lot of fun to work with them. Yannick on the podium every weekend is great visibility for the team and our sponsors that help us so much through the season. Without all them we couldn't do it, and it's nice to be able to showcase their product, show what it does what it's supposed to do, and gets podiums. This year we were able to qualify for X Games, where we went to compete in Aspen. 20 really fast guys from really all over the world racing there. To race with that many guys with that caliber of teams and that level was a really cool thing to do this year for sure. Gets tons of viewership all over the world. For Bailey Motorsports, it's a great thing to be able to go compete there as one of the premier teams in snowbike racing. I think that one of the biggest hurdles with building a snow bike for racing is it's a new thing out there. No one has any of the answers yet. We're working every day to make things better. That's what makes it fun for a shop like us, like Bailey Motorsports.
Snowcross for 5 years now. My favorite part is riding and getting to race with my other friends and competing with other people. I got first in Lindsay and it was my first time getting first. It felt really awesome. I was freaking out in excitement. Bailey Motorsports is very important to me because it brings friends, family together.
I got involved in racing from my father, so I couldn't let him off all the fun, so here I am. I think my favorite part about snowcross racing is how competitive it is, and it's a lot of fun. I see myself doing this all the way up till Pro-Am women. I want to get pretty high up there. I definitely look up to my dad from when he used to race. All my teammates, they're all so fast and they're all really fun to be around. I would like to give a big thanks to Bailey Motorsports and Skidoo for everything that they've done for our team this year.
Mitch King, he did really good for 3 laps at the beginning of the year, and then yeah, he cartwheeled his sled and ended up like that.
First race, first green light of the year up in Rouen, I had a little bit of an incident. The first 4 laps were good, but since then it hasn't been so good. Ended up with a pretty bad crash and ended up with a broken tib in my right leg. They called it an open fracture, so the tibia did come out of my shin a little bit. It's tough to go out in the first race of the year, one, because I feel like I did so much prep coming into the season, getting ready. Felt like great at the practice track before. I was doing lots of work in the gym, so I felt good coming into the season. So to not even be able to get to gauge myself against my competitors, that was like really tough for me. So I definitely feel that I have some unfinished business in the pro class.
Ryan Hunt!
I was kind of shaken up after Mitch took a big crash in Rouen, and I kind of put that aside, and I had a decent weekend to start the season and a little bit of a wake-up call because I was kind of drained after motos and I wasn't feeling it yet. I needed to be on the practice track a lot more than I was. Fortunately, I moved up here this year into Bracebridge, a minute down the road from the track, and I've been able to basically ride every single day and test with Glenn, and I wanted to come out here and just have fun this season, and you know, that's what I want racing to be for myself. The new Gen 4s this year have had a lot of improvements, and one of them being factory Enzos that we had. Like 2 clicks and we're good to go and can go out there and ride for the rest of the day and not have to worry about it. I like to rail corners and I lean half my body over because I'm really tall. And I'll put my face on the side panel and have my arm completely extended, and I even drag my knee sometimes if I feel like it. The new side panel design, it's a lot more aggressive. The side panels don't get in the way like they did last year. I can completely just lean over on the sled and get through the corner. Throughout the season, the tracks can change through the conditions of the snow, and rock solid to basically sugar, and the performance of our skis never do change. CNA Pro Skis have always backed our team, and as well as Sudboy Shaper Bars and Sudboy in general has been backing our team for just as long. Without sponsors, it wouldn't be possible to do what we do and have as big of a team that we have, and they basically help us live all of our dreams of going out and having fun and racing snowmobiles.
Been racing a bit for about 14 years. Pretty much been the best time of my life, I guess. My dad, when I was about 4 years old, he got me into like the 120s on the Nardicat, and then ever since that I've been hooked. Valcourt was probably my favorite place to be. Like, the track was unreal. It was pretty much like racing the States, and it was I love the track. It was so much fun. So I'm new this year to the Bailey's team. I mean, I've grown up with them my whole life in this series. So it's pretty much like I'm family with them all. So I'm already close with them, and it's just pretty much like riding with my other team. They're really close with me, and everything's there for me, and it's unreal. I've run Dayco pretty much my whole career. They've been a great belt. Like, I've always used to pull huge hole shots. I mean, Dayco's been there for everything, and they support me huge, and they've got me where I am today.
It's been going good. I mean, got a few final wins, a bunch of heat wins. I've had some ups and downs, but I mean, for the most part, it's been a really good season. I'm definitely going to go pro and try and do my best in that class and see where I end up. The new sled Skidoo built, the new Gen 4 platform, has been amazing. I'm trying to get them where we want them, but for the most part they've been really good, and St. Ange has been really supportive of the whole team and just doing what they can to promote us. I want to thank Bailey Motorsports, mainly my teammates. You know, after a bad race or something happened, they're really supportive, and they try and get me up back where I was and get me on my game again, and they're really supportive, so I thank them very much for that.
This is my first year of snow biking. I was riding sleds for the past 6 years and having fun so far. Having experience from motocross and snowcross, I feel like the two kind of combine really good together for the snow bike, so it was actually a pretty good transition for me. Qualifying for ice games this year was definitely the highlight of my racing career. The whole experience was unreal. As a kid, just watching on TV, and now to be going there to race is a wicked experience. Getting to Aspen was a long drive. The altitude definitely got to me. First couple of days, you definitely feel like if you start running, you get out of breath pretty quick. But after a few days of riding down there, it got better and better. And by the weekend, you can still feel it, but it wasn't too bad. Yeti's got a great kit. Working with them, they've been supporting us a lot. To make the bike race ready, there's a whole lot that's got to go on. We got to play with the suspension to get it set up for snow biking. We're riding a Husqvarna. St. Ange Recreation referred it to us as a really good bike for racing. So that's what we went to, and overall super happy with the bike. It's got great power, handles really well. To join the Bailey team, the whole team is awesome. Everyone that supports us, the sponsors, and the whole atmosphere and the team, really fortunate to be a part of it.